Run, river, run, run through the hills. Run, river, run to the sea. Run, river, run to your place beneath the sun. Run, river, run over me. Run through.
This is Jan Lewis. Welcome to my guest today. We have Russ Wood. He's one of our famous, shall we say, Uptonians. And he just received the 2017 Citizen of the Year Award right here in Upton. And you told me, Russ, you were surprised when you got that letter.
Yes, I was. Very surprised, yeah.
Were you like...
Why me?
Yeah, well, why? So why not?
I couldn't understand.
And so they told you it was going to be in April.
Yes.
And you went to the... Did you go to the Grange to get it?
Yes, I had to go to the Grange, their monthly meeting.
Their monthly... How many people were there that showed up?
Gee, there must have been close to 20 people.
Okay. And it was it a plaque?
A plaque, yes, I got a plaque. I forgot to bring it with me today.
That's okay, because I think I saw you holding it in the newspaper.
I was holding it.
It was in the
paper,
Tribune.
Yes. Yes, they took that picture the day of I was awarded that.
You've done so much in this town. Were you born and raised here, right?
Yes, I was born and raised here. My parents were born and raised. Their parents and their parents.
So
all the way back to 1717.
And how did you get so interested? I mean, he's brought us a ton of wealth here, a lot of things. Even your father, was he in the Air Force as well?
He was in the Army.
He was in the You were in the Air Force, I know.
Yes.
Yeah, you were in the Air Force. And was he in World War II?
He was in World War II.
He was in II. And any brothers? Yes, your brother is in one of these pictures.
No, I don't have.
That's not your brother?
No, that's my father's brother. My
Your
father
father?
and his brother.
Okay, all right, that would make sense because you wouldn't have been old enough.
Yeah.
I took one look at this and I said, your father looks just like Russ.
Yeah, my father, he was killed over in France during the Normandy invasion.
In Normandy?
In Normandy, a small village in France.
Interesting. Did you know Jerry Bagdasarian over in Northbridge at all?
No.
He was my co-producer over in Northbridge when I started.
Mm-hmm.
And he would be in his 90s now. He was that's where he met his wife, in France.
In France, yeah.
Was it Normandy? It sounds like it.
Could have been, sure.
He was in it. Fascinating stuff. Where is this in Upton? Is this pictured in Upton?
Yes, that picture's in Upton. It's on Glen Ave.
On Glen Ave.
We lived up on Glen Ave. His mother and father lived there in Glen Ave, next to the Bates family.
You have brought... Now, why did you bring this? You've been in the Historical Society.
I'm on the Historical Commission, and that's the latest project the Commission is worked on. A few years ago, we have an Upton Center Historic District. It's a national district.
Yeah. Pretty, very pretty.
And we got funding from the CPC to put up these signs. We're going to put up 3 signs to denote the historic district.
Wow.
2 on Route 140 and 1 on North Main Street.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And so this is just a copy of the 2 that you're going to have up.
Yeah. Well, we had to choose between the one on the left and the one on the right.
Is there a difference?
Yes.
What's the difference? Oh, there's a colored one there.
The colored, yeah. We chose not to use the color.
Really?
We were afraid the color would fade.
Okay.
Within 100 or 200 years. Hopefully it stays up that long.
How long have you... you want to put it back up again? How long have you been in with the Historical Society, Russ?
Society.
Or the Commission,
There's two different entities. I started in this Historical Commission in 1998, I believe it was.
1998.
Yeah. Not soon after I joined the Commission.
So you've been interested in that ever since you were a kid, or when you got older?
When I got older, yeah. When I was a kid, you don't remember. You're not interested in anything.
Now, what he has in his hands right there are what I helped.
Oh, yeah.
That was your family, basically.
Yeah, the story of Abba Thayer. Abba Thayer's father was a Revolutionary War soldier who lived in Milford. And he had a son, Abba Thayer, and he was quite a handsome man and quite well known between the girls in Milford and Mendon and Hopkins. And he picked out a girl in Hopkins and I can't remember her.
Yeah, it's in you're living in the Thayer house.
No.
Who's got the Thayer house? It's right on the street in Nelson, right? And where is that house?
No, that's another story. This is Abba Thayer here. It's a picture of Abba Thayer.
And he's the one who lived in the Thayer house right here in town?
No, in Hopkinton.
In Hopkinton.
He and his wife couldn't have children, so they got Elijah Wood, Elijah Wood, and Eliza no Morse, and they worked his farm for him.
They were, Elijah Wood was related to you.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
He had a son called Abathea.
Yeah.
Abathea Wood. He lived in West Upton. He ran the box mill at the end of William Street.
I remember this part of the story about the house was destroyed in the fire.
Yes.
Creepers, creepers. Now, you have done a lot of, you said your wife helped you with a lot of these things,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
What's this little map that you brought?
That's the historic district. It's the map of it up the center.
That goes through where to
Up
where?
the center historic district. Let's see. It starts up by by Fisk Avenue and runs all the way down down by Mill Pond here,
Okay.
and then west up to just before the Lakeview Cemetery and down through School Street and up Grove Street a little bit.
So now, the other cemetery, there's Lakeview Cemetery. That's near the pond where we go swimming. Right.
Yes.
And this is the historic map that, you compiled this map yourself, right?
No,
Russ?
no. We hired it.
You hired somebody
We
to
hired
do it.
someone to do that.
And
Yes.
the other cemetery is it Maple?
Maplewood
Maplewood
Cemetery.
Cemetery.
That's a private cemetery.
Okay. Now, what's the difference between the two? Is it Maplewood you have to be a resident? What's the difference now? I don't understand.
No, Lakeview you have to be a resident. They can only
Okay.
buy a
So Maplewood you don't.
right.
What is that beautiful stone building right there at
Well,
Maplewood?
the chapel, the little chapel.
That's
yes.
at the chapel?
Yes,
And is it set up inside as such?
it could be. Yes, it could be set up.
I
There's a
didn't know
fireplace
that.
in, and there's chairs.
I thought it was.
No one has used it since that I don't remember.
I thought it was like a mausoleum for cold storage, during the winter or something.
Oh no.
No? That is amazing. And which cemetery is older, that one or Lakeview?
Lakeview,
Because across the street, that's a very old cemetery, right? Across
Pine
from,
Grove. Yes, that was the second.
That's very.
That's
And there's
the-
this one off Upton Street, right? Westboro Road.
Oh, the Bradish Cemetery also. Yes.
Yeah, that's really old.
That's in 1850s, 1830s, I believe.
So it's younger than the one across from.
You would talk to the Glenn Fowler. Talk to him. He knows more about it than
Yes, Glenda.
he's the cemetery commissioner.
Yep. Oh, now this was you, and see if we can.
Oh yeah, right. I had a meet and greet with Josh Turner, Country Western
Yep.
star.
He came. When was
came
this?
Up from, 2012, I believe it was. He,
Oh, not too
he
long
comes
ago.
up around here. He comes out here every summer.
Yeah.
He
Did
has
you
shows.
get this? Or am I too?
He has shows.
Josh Turner.
Josh Turner, yeah. Yes.
Did he ever go to Indian Ranch?
Yes,
He did.
He's been in there twice. He's coming in this summer.
You're gonna go see him.
Yes, we have tickets.
So you love country western. I
Yeah,
didn't know
yes.
that you loved country
Yes.
western. That's pretty amazing. How did you get him to? How did you get this picture with him?
I had a meet and greet. I wrote to him, emailed him, and they gave me a meet and greet. That was taken down in Hyannis, 2012.
Hyannis.
Yes.
Was he appearing at the Melody Tent? Maybe.
Yes.
My father used to take us there, at the theater in the round.
Yes.
All the
that's
actors
correct,
would run
yes.
down the sides of the aisles.
Yes, yes.
Does it have a different name now? I was just looking it up recently. Something is different.
Cape Cod Melody? No, Cape Cod Melody Tent.
No, they did something to the. You know how the risers, it would go like this, rising up, and all the chairs would be coming down towards the
Uh-huh.
stage. I think they did something to improve the floor.
Oh, just smooth that.
And they made more comfortable chairs. I remember as a child, they were slingshots.
Oh,
Just
no.
canvas
They're
sling.
nice, easy chairs now,
I
yeah.
remember that so well. Now, we have, I don't know where to begin here. Now, that's your father also.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is in this green? Look, I feel like
Oh.
it's Christmas time. What is this?
Oh, Memorial Day, yeah.
Is that you? That's you've been a chef, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Where was that?
That's in Montana.
You,
where I was
you lived there? Oh, this is when you were in the Air
in
Force.
the Air Force, yeah.
And that's you there.
Yes, yeah.
So you were stationed in, did you fly or did
No.
you were doing chef duty?
Chef duty, yes.
There you that's got to be you, right?
Yes,
Am I right?
yeah. Yes.
Holy, I'm gonna hold. I know you can't see him, but this is what, who put this together?
My wife does that for a project. It's
She
her,
did a beautiful job.
yeah, along with Laurie Laper. Laurie Laper got her involved.
into
Scrapbooking. Yeah.
I love the way she. Now you were in the Air Force.
Mhm.
What did you think of it?
The Air Force?
Yeah.
It was just a job.
Yeah, it was a job. You didn't go to Japan.
No, I didn't go anywhere.
You just stayed in Montana.
Stayed in Montana for 4 years.
There you are with your rifle. Now, George Wood,
Yeah, George Elwood.
he was related to you, right?
Yeah, it's my father.
That was your dad.
Yeah, the VFW was named after
That's
him.
what I was wondering. And we still have a number of vets that are still going over there.
Yes,
We do.
we do.
It's not just foreign wars, is it anymore, or is it just for foreign wars?
For,
Foreign wars for the vets over at the.
oh, the VFW, yes.
yeah.
You have to be a foreign, you
Has
have
to
to
be
serve
foreign.
overseas to be a member of that.
And you still have the flea market, like once a month at least, right?
Yes,
Don't they?
second Saturday of every month.
Second Saturday of the month. I remember when I first moved up to Whitensville. Oh God, 1988.
Uh-huh.
I began going over there. Somebody said you got to go over and check that out. And is this our little neighbor? He's grown up now.
Yes, he is, yeah.
Oh my
Curtis.
gosh, Curtis. Gee, she did. I wonder how long it took her to put
Good.
this together.
I've been doing Memorial Day for, close to 50 years, been going up there.
I know when I went to one of the Memorial Days on the Common, you were was it you who was reading the names of all of the men and the women who fought
Mm-hmm.
from this area? That's a long.
Yes, yes.
What does it take about 10, 15 minutes?
It does. Every year, the Veterans Council
Do you ever feel like
This-
you're going to run out of air?
discusses dropping the names, but people come from
Yeah.
all over the country to hear those names.
They do.
And it's very important to be quiet while those names are being read.
Yeah, you could hear it drop.
Yes.
You really,
yeah.
really can.
I think we're the only town that does it. Every
Do
other
you
town.
march in the parade at all? Or-
Yeah, oh, sure.
You do. We don't have a parade coming up next week on July 4th, do we?
No.
No, but were you in Memorial Day?
Memorial Day, yes.
Labor Day?
No.
Not going to be in that one. All right, we've got these two. What is this gold one?
that's more
Memorial.
Memorial Day. Memorial Day.
This goes way, way back, right?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. This was back in, was this in the 60s, 70s? No, wait,
2008.
2008?
Yes.
That's not too far back.
No, no.
When you think about it. Boy, somebody has done some work here. We're talking with Russ Wood, and if you live in Upton, probably know him very well. He received the 2017 Citizen of the Year Award. Now, when you say you're a chef, are you really, really good? You bet you're good at cooking, right?
Well, I don't know.
Come on.
Everybody's
What's your-
everybody's different. Everybody.
What's your favorite dish to cook?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't have a
Peanut
favorite?
butter jelly sandwiches.
No, if we had you come to dinner and make us a dinner, we
Oh,
don't want cheese. What would you surprise us with?
surprise you? With, oh,
No
I don't know.
cheese.
Maybe some with cheese.
No cheese.
Oh, no cheese.
No.
Oh, you don't like cheese? Oh, okay. Then roast beef, a standing prime rib.
A
Something
prime
like-
rib
Yeah.
with potatoes, or what would you put with it?
Potatoes. Yeah, baked potatoes, mashed potatoes.
I'm getting so hungry. Now, you used to work up in Westboro, Yeah.
Hudson, I worked in Hudson for 30 years.
and then South Street for a while, right? South Street.
Oh,
Diner?
well, yeah. There's the
We go there
Shortly.
frequently.
We shot it.
This is you. This is pictures of you as a chef
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the Air Force.
In the Air Force, yeah.
Oh my God. Kitty cat? A kitty cat? What's the kitty cat?
No, that was a cat we had here at home.
Oh, okay. Now, speaking of cats, you have two.
Yes.
Now, what is the girl cat or the boy cat who's 14 years old?
The girl cat, she belonged to my mom. My mom passed away last April, so I've got the cat now.
Yeah,
She's
you
14.
inherited.
She's 14 years old, yeah.
And is she a big girl or a petite?
She's very small.
She's petite,
She's
like our girl cat.
Yeah, she was a feral cat. My mom,
And she took her in.
yeah, took her in.
Where did your mom live, Russ? Where's she locally?
She was born here in Upton.
Mhm.
She lived on Cape Cod for 25 years, and she moved up to Oregon. She lived in Oregon for 12 years.
Is that where she passed, up in Oregon?
No, she passed right here in Upton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen pictures of our. Is that the town hall before they redid it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Memorial Day.
They did a great job inside. The only problem is the acoustics in the big hall. In the big hall, in town hall, the big auditorium. It's tough on acoustics. People trying to hear people speaking.
I didn't think so at all. 'Cause we did Memorial Day not this past year, but the year before, and they kept asking me if I wanted speakers. I told them no.
Really?
And I don't think you need the speakers in there. It's built to to accommodate without speakers, because it was
Yeah.
built before electricity was used.
You mean the big, not the little town?
Not the little town, the big, the main.
Really? Each
the main
time I've
hall.
gone there, I can barely hear what the speakers are saying.
Do they use microphones?
I think.
If you
Doesn't come across well on TV sometimes.
yeah. Well, television, yeah, that's electronics. That's all out of my.
Yeah.
It's all way over my head.
But you computer, I know you
A
email.
little bit. I'm not very good at it.
Well, you know what? Nowadays, now I'm trying to see. Are these people locally here in this picture? Because somebody.
Yes, yeah. My mother and my wife and my grandkids, my daughter.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
This little girl looks
My
like
sister.
you. Is
That's
that,
my granddaughter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
She's 9 years old.
You've got a lot of history here.
Yep.
You keep it very well too.
Well, I don't know about that.
You have to. So, what was the first thing when it came into the history of Upton? What was the first thing that you got yourself into that was fascinating for you?
Oh wow! I was just born into it. It's
Yeah.
up in my family. I live here, and you don't remember much about that. It's
Was the Grange? Was it the historical
Grange.
society?
Yeah. And the ball school, the George S. Ball School. I'm his great grandson. I live in his house. He was.
Well, that's what's on your. Isn't that on the front? Written on the front of your
Yeah,
house? I
yeah,
thought it was.
yeah.
Where am I getting Thayer? That I've seen a house with. Is it on Nelson Street that says Thayer? Some house I've seen says Thayer.
Yeah, but it's a Thayer Road here in Upton.
I don't.
It could be.
I don't know where it was. Now Grange isn't. That used to be. That's still standing, obviously. Where the police station is now, there was a school there.
Yes.
What was the name of that?
That
one?
was the George S. Ball School.
And you didn't go there, did you?
Yes, I did.
I was gonna say you might have been too young to have gone to that one. But you.
It
When
wa-
did they tear that down?
It's
To the police station.
in 1990. In 1923, when the Grange Hall was the high school, the town needed a new high school. So Mr. Knowlton, George Knowlton, he ran the hat shop here. He gave to the town $20,000.
Yeah.
With no taxes, and he gave it to the town. He built the school for the town of Upton and gave it to us.
And the memorial school used to be the high school.
The high school, yeah.
So which came first, the chicken or the egg? The Blackstone Valley Tech School or our Nipmuc High School?
Oh, Nipmuc High School.
That came first?
Well, not where it is now.
It's older, right? It's
The Misco Middle School is where it was.
but of the two high schools, which one was built first where it is? Which is older?
Oh, then it would be the vocational
The Voc school would be. Haven't
Yes.
they added something to that recently? It looked a little different.
Oh, yes. Yeah, they're constantly adding, yes.
Yeah, and you're a chef. They have restaurant. Have you eaten at the restaurant?
No, I haven't.
I haven't either, but I hear it's very, very
It
good.
is good, yes.
Yeah.
It's a teaching school.
Which I think is great.
You have
Back
to,
when I was growing up, it was a whole different attitude. It finally shifted not too long after, but it was the kids who went to the vocational schools, they just couldn't get into college.
Yes.
Nowadays, you got to have good grades to get into the vote.
Yes, you do, yeah.
And Worcester Vote closed
Mhm.
down not that long ago, right? The Worcester vocational
Oh, I
school.
don't know.
I think I read that they went to now the library. We're in the Knowlton Ristine building.
Yes.
How old is this building? Bob?
This building here, built in 1874.
And up here on the second floor, besides the studio, we have the very well-known, the historical, do you call it the Society or Commission building office over here?
Society.
The Society.
The commission does have an office down the hall here for me.
Has it been there ever since the library was converted from the church that it was? Always had this historical,
Historical Society's been here, yes.
ever since it was the church.
Mhm.
Was it a Methodist church?
Methodist Church,
Was it
yes.
I wonder why they left.
They had declining membership, and so did the United Parish over there. That was a congregational church. They had declining membership. The two churches joined together.
And then your historical society room here has been around ever since the building was built, right?
No.
No?
The society was formed in 1975, I believe it was.
Where did they meet?
Here.
Here.
Hmm.
That's not in that same room?
Yes, they used to meet upstairs here.
Huh.
But then when the handicap rules came in, they couldn't meet upstairs anymore. It had to be handicap accessible, so they have to.
Is that when chair came in The one that goes up the stairs.
I tried to, yeah.
And that didn't work? They didn't.
You still have to go upstairs to get to it.
No, there's
Anyone
a button
in-
that pushes.
Anyone that's in a wheelchair couldn't get to it. So if you look, you have to take a couple of steps before you can get up to the.
Okay, because I know when I hurt my back, I'll get on it.
Yeah,
It's kind of
sure.
fun. It's slow,
Yeah.
but I love it. We've had some guests make use of it who couldn't, a woman that one of
Mhm.
our guests has amputated from the knees down. She's made good use of
Yeah.
it.
But it's not completely handicap accessible because there's steps going up into this building and there's steps going up to the. It's not completely.
If we could get the library into a new situation, we would be able probably to have an elevator of some sort.
It would have to. It's state law. It's law now. Federal law, I guess. Any new building has to be handicap accessible.
What do you think about that? Well, how do you think we could improve on the library situation?
Oh boy.
It's loaded, but-
No, I'm not going to answer that.
I can see
Look
where
it up.
we could make do in different ways, and of course enlarge it. Lots of Grafton just had an enlargement. Northborough got larger.
Mhm.
Shrewsbury is like something from Star Wars. You go in there and you have to use this. You don't have to, but there's a machine to check you in, and then when you want to check out, I'd rather go to the person at the desk.
Oh.
I don't want to be fiddling with this. That takes the fun out of it. I'd rather hear. You take it. And you check.
Push the wrong button.
No, right. Do you come to the library here often? Get
Oh,
books?
sure.
You're avid reader.
Mm-hmm.
Avid reader. Now, have you been speaking a lot about your citizenship award? Do they ask?
No, this is the first time.
They don't ask you to speak.
No.
Oh, they should have you at the high schools, definitely, and the other schools.
Oh, okay.
Children need to hear this type of thing. I think your parents would be proud.
We go to the high school. We go to the elementary school with the Veterans Organization, with the American Legion. We were invited up there last February.
How'd that go?
And I got, very good. I got a lot of veterans came and taught. One veteran showed how the American flag should be folded.
And the kids, they understood?
They understood, and they did a great project. They asked a lot of questions, who, what, and where, and when, and how.
That must have been
It
interesting.
was very interesting, yes.
Did you enjoyed it? I can
Yeah,
see you
yeah,
written that.
we had a good time.
Which school was it now?
At the elementary school.
Memorial or?
Memorial
at
School.
Memorial.
Memorial School, yes.
Answer me why did they make that walkway up to the school like this?
Again, that's the handicap accessible. The school wasn't handicap accessible from Main Street, so they had to make that.
So you had to pull, but why in the different going
Well,
on?
you have to have the angle, the pitch.
Not straight up.
It can't be straight
I
up.
always wondered why. Now I know.
You got a hold of a wheelchair and you lost control of your wheelchair, you go sliding right into the
I
road.
never thought of that. I wonder how many people out there wondered the same thing, the same as I. How long has our cellar super been there? As the cellar super, the little store. Do you know how long that's been here?
The-
Right here up the street.
Oh, the country super?
Yeah, the country super. Yeah,
Oh, gee. Prentice family had it.
the Prentice family had it.
Yeah, Ed Prentice ran it for years.
So it's earlier than the 1980s.
Oh, sure, 1950s, 1940s.
So it's been there quite a while.
Yes, yes.
Now it used to have Page Lumber up the street.
Mm-hmm.
Now how long was that in business?
He started, I think Page started in 1960.
Yeah.
Before that, it was the W.G. Fisk Lumberyard.
Some of the old names here in town, the Fisk and all these different things.
Well, let me just say, Fisk lived in your house. One of the Fisks lived in your house.
Yes.
Not Reuben. Fred, thanks. Yeah, and Glenn's grandfather, Earl Fisk,
Lived in our house?
next door.
But next door used to be a barn, didn't it? I think. No, you're thinking of the other one, the two-family.
Like the toilet seat people.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's I hear that the gentleman, what was his name in our house? Which Fisk? It was
Fred.
Fred.
Fred Fisk.
He was alone and he fell down the cellar stairs.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then I guess he never came back home again because he had
Oh, okay.
injured himself. How old was he? Do you remember?
No, just an old. He's always been old. Me.
Old.
I remember him being old when I was young.
So he was lifting all alone in that big house.
Yeah, I mean, he was married, I believe.
Yeah. And but eventually, I don't
Yeah.
think he had any. His
Yeah,
wife must have passed
passed
away.
away. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Down our whole street, we go down School Street, and then you go over to Nelson. I see some really old. You can tell when they have those old signs, by the
Oh,
front door.
sure.
1841. Even going to the beach, the back road, River Street, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
There's some really old ones.
Yes.
Then
yes.
there's that house down way almost heading for the end of School Street. They had quite a problem with the hoarding and cats.
Oh, yes.
Is there anything going to be done about that house? Are they
Oh, I
gonna-
have no idea.
I could see that as a fixer-upper. Somebody wants to come up real fixer-upper and do something with it.
If you want to.
Yeah, good. Yeah, sure. But
Somebody's got to have the interest.
It's sad though because it was from what I hear, it was originally very beautifully maintained. And
It always was, yeah.
yeah, I read something in Barbara Burke's book that was fascinating. There was a fellow who was a journalist locally, and he referred to himself as Pratt Pond Jr.
Yes.
He used that name.
Yes.
Who was he really?
Who was he?
What was his real name?
Oh.
That was his.
I knew it at one time. I don't remember right now.
Russ, this fantastic Russ getting the 2017 Citizen of the Year award here in Upton. Russ, how can people reach you if they have some questions?
Through the Upton Historical Society.
And it's
called
right up here on the second floor.
Up on the second floor, or through the town website, the Historical Commission. Just email the Historical Commission.
And you'd be happy to answer questions?
Sure, if I can. Try.
Barbara Burke told me that she was up here one time, and Matt Buchtold, a librarian, came up. He's so sweet, and he said to her, "We have somebody downstairs, I guess who was new in town, who had a question about town. Is it okay if he came up?" She said, "Sure." So I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, oh, sure.
And this display in the lobby, those old shoes, you really should come up and take a look. Because of
Yeah.
you, I actually got to look inside. I really began taking an interest in it and we were working with you. Thank you, Russ, for being on the show.
Thank you.
So
Thank you
much.
for having me.
And we'll see you next time I'll be my guest.
Riding on a shooting star, heading out toward a dream. Tomorrow's even closer